Next module is the ADS module. Now ADS is used for converting analog signal to digital. It can read analog value from the other channels or other devices, and it can send those values to the Raspberry Pi, and via Raspberry Pi, whereas it can show the value or convert, or like it can display those values on the screen, digital values, convert those analog values to digital, and it can show on the screen. Now this module has 10 pins. Out of those 10 pins, we are using only first 4 pins. First pin VDD, which is your main power supply, should be connected to pin number 17. Then pin number 2, which is ground pin of the ADS module, will be connected to pin number 9 of the Raspberry Pi. Then SLC of third pin of the module will be connected to pin number 5 of the Raspberry Pi, and similarly pin number 4 of the module, which is SDA, will be connected to pin number 3 of the Raspberry Pi. Now I have already made the connection according to the diagram. Where is the diagram? Hmm. Yes. Now I have connected these 4 wires to the respective pin mentioned in the diagram. You can connect the same in the same way. For making the connection, I have used a breadboard, and I have placed this component uh, like on one side of the component there are some pins. So let me show you other view. Like these are the pins that are attached to the other end of the module, and this is the front side of the module. So I'm connecting this wired pin connection to the breadboard, like in this way. Yeah, this module is connected. So I have connected it to the first line of the this horizontal plane. Now this 3 lines, on this 3 lines we can connect our jumper wires, and the same wire can be connected to the Raspberry Pi. So I have used the same format for connecting this module to this circuit. Now to begin with, uh, let me close everything. Yes. To begin with the practical side or coding part of this, we have to download some dependencies from the online server. So I have copied this line: sudo apt-get install build essential python-dev, and these are the some of the modules, like module number 1, module number 2, module number 3, and module number 3. Basically what we are going to do, we are going to download a Git repository. Now to download this Git repository, we require Git and other dependencies that may be required by the application. So we have, these are the basically dependencies that we will download to make sure that this application will work. Now I have copied the first line. To install the dependencies, we have to open terminal, and on the terminal I'm going to paste the line which is going to download our dependencies. Now this is the second time I'm performing this practical, so the package has been already downloaded into the system. Now for the first time when you are downloading, it will ask for the system want to download this 3 MB file Do you want to continue? Yes or no? Press Y to continue, and it will take some 2-3 minutes, and the package will be downloaded. Once the dependencies are downloaded, you can download the package which is required. The package name is Adafruit. Now this package is basically a Git repository which consists of all the packages that are required to interact with the module. Now module name is ADS 1115. So it is going to download that Git repository. The same line we have copied and we are going to paste on the command prompt or on the terminal. So it is displaying an error message that this Adafruit package or folder is already there in my system. So like it has, I've told you that this is the second time I'm performing this practical. So this package is already, or this folder is already created into the system. To show this practical step, I'm going to delete this folder and let me download it again. Like I will run the command again. Yes, now it is cloning. Like it is going to download the package which is there in this repository into my local directory. Yes, all the files from the repository are copied to my local system. Then I have to change to this respective directory which I have downloaded. So I have to type cd space and the folder name or the directory which I have downloaded. Then next I have to install the package or the component which I have downloaded. So to install that, we have to type sudo python and setup.py .install. Now this package will be installed into the system. This package consists all the classes that will be required for interfacing or for interacting with the module. So let us check. Yes, the package has been installed. Now to work with the next part, it says that we have to create a file, sample simple test file. Now I will create a sample file, then I will show you the location where you can find this sample file from the system only. Like first we will create this file. So I am copying this command called is sudo nano and name of the file. It is going to open the editor. Then in the editor I am going to write some code of line or line of code, whatever you can say. And paste. Now the first line is import line or import time. This time package consists the function sleep. So it is basically a delay function. Now we are importing in Adafruit ADS 1115 or 1x15 or the module which is there in the Adafruit. Then we are calling a constructor ADS 1115 and we are holding that value in the object ADC. Then we have defined a variable called gain equal to 1. Gain is similar to like amplification, like the whatever signal we are reading from the module, that signal we can amplify. If I put that gain as 2, then my signal will be doubled, or if I put 3, then it will be triple, and so on. Then next line we are displaying a simple message on the screen, like we are going to press or we are going to print some values on the screen. Then we are printing again some informational message onto the screen which says channel values, or again let me show you diagram or the bit. Yes, in the module, as you can see, there are four channels. Channel A1, sorry, A0, A1, A2, A3. Now this four channel 0 is A0, channel 1, 2, 3 is A1, A2, A3 respectively. Now it is going to read four channel values and it is going to display a four columnar output on the screen. Then it is simple line, it is printing and dash 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 37 times on the screen. Then inside the infinite while loop, we are reading the values from the module and we are displaying that values on the screen. To read the value, we have defined a tuple or dictionary or whatever you can call a value which consists of 40, like 0 into 4 times means an entity with 4 zeros. So you can either write 0, 0, 0, 0 or 0 into 4. It is one in the same thing. Now this A0, A1, A2, A3, the module which we have seen, is going to send the values, or we are going to read values from different channels. This 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 channels, and we are going to assign these values into the values variable. Now there are four values we are trying to read, and this four value will be assigned to four indices of the value variable. So we are using a for loop to iterate four times into this loop, and we are going to read the value from the ADC and ADC dot read underscore ADC, name of the channel is A0. For A0 we are referring or we are writing 0, index I is going to be replaced with 0 and the gain we are keeping as 1. So whatever value we are reading from this read underscore ADC will be assigned to value of 0 index. Then second iteration, the value of I will be incremented and this value will be replaced by of like 0 will be replaced with 1 and same for the second index and third index and fourth index. At the end of this iteration, we will have an value variable with four values. Now these four values we have to print on the screen. So we have another line which says how to print these values on the screen. So this is a syntax that can be used for printing all the four values in the same line. We using the format function, we are printing that value on the screen, and at the end of this while loop or within this while loop we are using a delay function to like read the value after some time or after the delay of half second. Now this is a simple program. Let us save this program. To save this program, as we know, we have to press Ctrl O. Then it is going to ask whether you want to make changes in the same file. Then you have to press Enter. Yes. And wait, Ctrl C. I will press Ctrl O, and again I will press Enter. Yes, changes has been done, and Ctrl X. So I've saved my file. My file name is simpletest.py. I'm going to run this file by running the python, then simple test.py. Now, as you can see on the screen, we are getting values from the module, but this is not the case always. Like there may be case that you may get some kind of error. Let me show you the error. Yes. Like, there may be cases like you have run the program and it may display this kind of error, this some error or IO read error or input output read error. So to resolve the issue, what we can do first, let me stop this program. This module uses I2C interface. Like different type of protocols are there to communicate with different type of components. So it is using the protocol called as I2C. IIC. Now many of the time or by default this port or this interface is disabled. So if my port is disabled and I'm trying to read the value from the module, it is going to read nothing, or I will get input and output error. So I have to enable that port value, or so sorry, I2C value, or I have to enable that I2C value. To enable that, I have to type some command. I don't know, to do something. Then raspi -config. Yes, your command is sudo space raspi -config. Now we have to enable some interfaces. Now interfaces is option number 5. I will use up and down arrow key to navigate to this interface option. I will click enter. Then it will show different interfaces. Like interface number 5 is I2C. I will select again, press up and down key to navigate to this I2C, and I will press again enter. Now it is asking whether you all would you like the ARM I2C enable interface to be enabled. So by default it was no, so it was showing an error. So I have to enable this. If you are getting any kind of error like input and output, then you can enable this pin or enable this protocol I2C, and I will click on yes. If you want to disable, then you can press tab button. The selection will be no, and press enter to continue. Since we are going to read or enable this pin, I am going to select yes and click enter. Now like for one example, you have enabled the pin, and you are trying to read the value, but again you are getting input and output error. Then for the same for that example also, what you can do, you can come again to this page and you can disable the I2C interface and again enable. So there may be possibility that there is some issue with the interface, so you can disable it and enable again. Most probably 90% of the time it is going to work. So we are done with the changes. So I will click finish, and what it is asking, you will now be asked to enter new password for the no.